says, how can Ripple back Evernorth, which will buy and hold XRP while still at the same time selling XRP onto the market monthly? Seems hypocritical. An entity buying and the other one selling. How will price go up? Ripple doesn't have to sell onto the market every month. They do in order to fund their business. They have 1 billion XRP that come out of the escrow, and so far this year they've been withholding 700 million of that and selling 300 million per month onto the market. As price continues to go up, they won't need to sell anywhere near as much in order to be able to fund their business. And if you have DATs and ETFs significantly accumulating more XRP than what's being sold onto the market, you have supply and demand, right? If you look at that, if there's way more demand than there is supply, then you're going to have price movement to the upside. And then once it's high enough, you're going to see the use of XRP to be able to settle transactions on global markets. Once it's doing that, there's enough volume there that it'll create a floor. So when XRP gets over $100, it's not coming back down. I know a lot of people are telling you to sell, or that this cycle is not any different than the other ones. Utility is right around the corner. We have legislation right around the corner. We have the big banks and institutions here at the door for the adoption of this stuff. They want to use it. It significantly reduced costs and settlement times for them. And like this is mentioned, ISO is literally 1 month away here, a little less than 1 month away, to where everybody has to be on board with that. So again, those things are mutually exclusive, but it is the precursor to being able to use instant settlement. So by the end of the year, early Q1 in 2026, there's a lot of things that are culminating right here that will cause some of these assets to be adopted at scale and decouple from the cyclical pattern that we've seen with Bitcoin in the past. I do think you're going to get the ETFs, here in the near future when the government comes back up. It might be late Friday, right after the market closes this week, would be an interesting time for them to reopen the government. We'll have to see. I think it's going to be a fun next 2 months here at the end of 2025. And a lot of what I've been talking about for 1.5 years now looks like it's ready to go. So we had Litecoin, Doge, Solana, XRP, and HBAR were the 5 main digital assets that we know people are going to bring spot ETFs for. And so that's what I think is going to see the price appreciation this alt season. I think they're going to significantly outdo other altcoins because the liquidity that's going to be rotating out of Bitcoin this cycle into those is coming from the ETFs and institutional inflows.